Hello, and here are our puppies who are now 6 weeks old. You can see they're good size. They've gained both size and weight. They started eating solid food right around 5 weeks old, and in short order when pups start to eat food. They get bigger. By the way, rapid growth in puppies is not what it's cracked up to be, no matter what the pet food companies tell you. You really want to aim for more moderate growth. Hip dysplasia does have a strong environmental component, so you want to be careful about that to not stress the pup's hips. You can see as I'm talking, Danny will be filming the pups playing with each other. We're very fortunate to have had a freakishly warm winter, so these guys would normally not have been able to know the joys of running around outside, but these pups are very lucky. We have selected the 4 pups that we're going to be placing from this litter. The small little girl is going to a pet placement. She's just a little too sensitive. If you pick her up, she gets a little bit ill at ease. This is fine for a pet. You can certainly work through that, but we want the rock solid, steady temperaments for working with children with social emotional challenges. And this is, I have to say, a really nice litter. These pups are very calm. They're not overly noisy. They're actually fairly quiet, and it's because their needs are met. Kumi's a great mom, and we're meeting the pups' needs, which is actually very simple to do. They just need affection. They need a little bit of food, a little bit of sunshine, and they do just fine. Let's see, at this stage of the game, things that I would be looking out for are a pup that doesn't like to be held like this. You'll see I'm giving the pup the opportunity to mouth my hands, but already at this very young age, the pup's choosing not to. And that's because since they were really little, I focus on giving them physical attention in the back of their heads, maybe their belly. I try to avoid having my hand be by their mouth so we don't set the pup up to express physical affection through the mouth, which can be a problem. But that said, by the way, early on, you really need to let the pups mouth you so that they can learn to develop to inhibit the strength of their jaws, and so I can give them feedback, which is what the siblings do and their mom do when they chomp down on them. They just need to know. It's communication, really, at the very heart of that issue. But I think this is a very important point to make. Let's just say a pup is with a child who accidentally closes the door on the pup's tail. That pup's going to be in a lot of pain. You really need a dog that is not going to wing around and bite down in pain. And these pups know that hands are not for biting. These pups are already sitting on command too, which is exciting. And really, that was just a matter of giving rewards to the pups that were sitting. And they're smart little pups, and so they know that they figured out that I value a sit, and so they'll offer that to me. And then it's up to me to recognize when a pup is offering me that sit and reward them. So none of this is rocket science. So let's see, the next step for these pups is really a continuation of what we've been doing all along, getting them comfortable with handling. You see this pup right now wants to get down. I'm holding him back a bit. So I want him to see that I'm in charge, not in a mean way. I just need this pup to know that I'm the leader. I'm a benevolent leader. But it's not always his way or the highway. It's really up to me when I let him down. And when he settles down, then I'll put him down. It is very important to do things like not let the pup push in front of you if you're going out a door or downstairs. It's good to feed yourself and have the pup in a sit, stay or down stay while you are, so that they know that you come first. These are little clues to a pup about how the hierarchy is structured, and we want these pups to know that they are low man on totem pole, and that's okay. They, of course, should always deserve respect, and we would never hit a North Star pup for any reason. But that's not to say that you don't have to be firm sometimes if a pup forgets themselves, bears down too hard on your hand. When that happened, and you see it doesn't happen anymore, but when that happened, I would make a high-pitched squeal, and I would put the pup down, and then walk away. That's considered a puppy diss. And that's my communication. That's much like what the mother or siblings would do to communicate about that. Now, these pups are going to stay together till they're about 12, maybe 14 weeks old. They'll learn a lot of stuff by playing together. And then at that point in time, I'd like the 4 pups we're placing to go to close to the towns where their children live, moving first into a puppy raising home, but affording the child we're working with to have an opportunity to visit with his pup at least once a week and begin the process of getting to know each other, establishing communication, pulling the child and the child's family on the ground floor of training. This deepens the bond. This clarifies for the puppy who's in charge, which is the child that we're serving from a very young age. And it also helps the child to get to know their pups from the time they're little. To children, bigger dogs, these dogs will probably be at 75 pounds. Meeting a 75-pound dog is a little bit different than meeting a little pup like this, or even a 4-month-old pup. We'll stay with the family, with the pup, in a fairly communicative way via the trainer, which subcontracts with us, and emails to me for about a year. And our average North Star placement reaches full public access and certification when the dogs are between 18 and 20 months old. A little earlier than hello. Now that I would consider a communicative bark. He's kind of trying to get my attention and come up, and so I let him do it. Oh, Danny, turn around and get that. A little fight going on. And the pup being hurt was squealing. The other pup got the signal. Sometimes it takes 2 squeals to really get that, but we don't hear any more protests. Pups don't want to hurt each other. Sometimes they're not quite sure of the strength of their jaws. Here's our little offender, and here's the victim. Let's see what they do. You'll see they switch roles of bully and victim as they play. If one pup was being too great a bully and the other pups seemed like they needed my help, then let's just pretend you're our little bully. I'm not saying you are, but I would pick up the little bully, hold the pup like this. Normally you'll feel the little heart will be racing until they settle down. So it's not exactly a punishment. Maybe you might consider it a timeout. But timeouts for puppies as well as children should really be seen as a benevolent time to give them a chance to take them out of the situation where they were getting themselves in trouble. Let them settle down a little bit. Later on, when this pup is working with their child, the pup will act as a bridge to the other side of the tantrum. And what we'll recommend to the parents of the children we serve is that if their child is having a meltdown, to invite the pup over, put a bath mat or a towel a certain distance away from the child who's tantruming, not so close that you'll make the tantrum pep up, but not so far away that you might as well be on the moon. And just sit and quietly pet the pup as the child is working through their upset nature. Try not to get in any verbal exchanges. Sometimes children, especially on the spectrum, it'll keep sending them back into repetitive thoughts if you're verbally trying to argue, especially if you think that you see logic and they don't see it. It can be very frustrating. Sometimes tantrums are just a sign of a child that's been overwhelmed. So if you sit there and you pet the puppy, several things are happening. One is the pup's blood pressure is going down, so we're socializing the pup to understand that the tantrum is sound and fury signifying nothing but an overwhelmed child. Also, by petting the pup, my own blood pressure or yours, if this is you in this scenario, your blood pressure is going down, which is good. You want to form an island of calm for your child who's coming out of the tantrum now and sees you, and then you can invite them over when they're calm. And sometimes parents find it's valuable to put words in the pup's mouth, depending upon the age and developmental level of the child you're working with. If it doesn't work, don't go there, but you might try saying, "Oh, Buddy was a little worried about you. Let's tell Buddy that you're okay now." And some children will really respond to that. And again, if they don't go there, try something else. All right, well, I'll try to have another update for you in about a month. And if you have any questions, please email them to me at northstarfoundation@charter.net. Thank you.